Welcome back to Stories for
Shabbos.
Shabbos. After a break for a couple of weeks, we are back, and tomorrow night is Gimel Tammuz, is the yahrzeit of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So I wanted to share one of my favorite stories about the Lubavitcher Rebbe, a sweet, simple, short little story that I don't think I've ever told you before, that I read a while ago in a book called Rebbe by Joseph Telushkin, and this is the story. See, the Rebbe had a doctor, a cardiologist actually. His name was Dr. Ira Weiss. He was the Rebbe's doctor, or one of the Rebbe's doctors. And this doctor, Dr. Weiss, his father suffered a stroke, unfortunately. He wasn't such a young man, and he suffered a stroke, which was difficult on his body. He wasn't able to read anymore. He wasn't able to speak so much. He wasn't able to move some parts of his body. He was very sad. So every time that the Rebbe would go to his doctor or speak to him, he would always ask, "How is your father doing?" It's interesting because usually the doctor is checking up on the patient, but this time it was always the Rebbe, the patient, checking up on the doctor and his family, and he wanted to hear about how the doctor and his family were doing. So one time, he went to Dr. Weiss for an appointment, and he said, "How's your father doing?" And he said, "He's okay, doing as good as he could. Things are difficult. He can't read, he can't speak, he can't move some parts of his body." So the Rebbe said, "What do you do to help make sure that his life is still happy? To help him out? He can't do anything on his own." So the doctor said, "I visit him every day to check in on him, and I talk to him a little, and I take him out to a restaurant every Sunday because he can still enjoy that, and if I help get him into the car and get him out of the car, he can still enjoy tasting good food, so I take him to a restaurant every Sunday." So the Rebbe said, "Well, is there anything more that you can do for him? This poor man isn't able to do stuff for himself. What else can you do for him that will bring him simcha, that will bring him joy in his life?" And the Dr. Weiss said again, "I'm not sure. There's not so much that he can do. So what else can I do for him?" So the Rebbe said, "Tell me, what did your father used to enjoy doing for fun?" So the doctor got a little quiet and almost a little embarrassed, and he said, "Well, my father used to enjoy going to play pool. Playing pool in a billiard with a long stick and hit the balls, and he used to like to watch horse racing with his friends and playing cards." He said, "I didn't really want to mention this to the Rebbe because those aren't generally the activities that we think about as being really for B'nai Torah and things that we do all the time for fun, like playing pool and watching horse racing. Okay, maybe once in a while, but he wasn't really so proud that this is what his father used to like doing for fun." The Rebbe said to him, "So why don't you take your father to meet his old friends, to maybe play cards with them if he's able to, and to watch the horse racing. If that's what's fun for him, then do that for him, so that he can have simcha in his life, even during this difficult time." And Dr. Weiss said that for the last few, I don't know if it was months or a couple of years of his father's life, he didn't live that much longer, he took his father every Sunday to meet up with some old friends, to play cards, and to watch horse racing. I love this story because when you think of a story of a great Rebbe, of Lubavitcher Rebbe, or any great Rebbe, you wouldn't think of them trying to convince someone, take your father to go watch horse racing. You would think the story would just be about learning Torah and giving tzedakah, and of course, those are the most important things. But the Rebbe is somebody who understood and appreciated every single person for who they were. And he told Dr. Weiss, think about what did your father used to do for fun? He can't do anything anymore. He can't even move his own body on his own. If there's something that you can do to help bring him joy, to help him smile, even when things are so difficult, even if it means taking him to play cards or taking him to watch horse racing, then that is what you do for him." That's who the Rebbe was, somebody who thought of every single person and of every single thing and did everything he could to bring happiness and joy to every person. Good Shabbos!
Good Shabbos.
Shabbos!
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.